The mysterious death of Marilyn Monroe. Elegance, class, sass, and fashion are all words we use to describe icon Marilyn Monroe.
I wanna be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you. I wanna be loved by you alone.
The actress known as the Blonde Bombshell was the most desirable woman of her time. Even now, there is no match to the charm and beauty that she had. The eternal icon of beauty, elegance, and femininity with a perfect pair of legs. A lady worthy of respect and admiration. When we think of Marilyn Monroe, we will forever see her famous pout and her voluptuous curves that took over Hollywood in the 1950s. Marilyn Monroe was born Norma Jean Mortensen in Los Angeles, California on June 1st, 1926. Norma Jean's mother had psychological problems and was soon confined to an asylum, leaving Norma Jean in the care of foster families in an orphanage. She married at 16 to a fellow aircraft factory worker, but found herself divorced a couple years later. She took up modeling through 20th Century Fox from 1944 to 1946, taking the screen name Marilyn Monroe. She picked up a few acting parts in Hollywood before returning to modeling and posing nude for a calendar in 1949. In 1950, she had caught attention as a blonde bombshell in Asphalt Jungle and All About Eve. Known for her voluptuousness and wide-eyed charm, she won international fame for her sex symbol charm in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and How to Marry a Millionaire.
A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend.
And There's No Business Like Show Business. The famous scene where she stands over a subway grating and has her white skirt flowing up from the wind from a passing train is from the scene of The 7-Year Itch of 1955. In 1954, she married baseball player Joe DiMaggio, attracting more publicity. Unfortunately, Marilyn's fame and sexual image haunted their marriage. They divorced 8 months later. In 1955, she works with an acting coach and gives another strong performance in Bus Stop of 1956. That year, she married playwright Arthur Miller. Her last role was in The Misfits, 1961, written by Miller, whom she divorced 1 week before the opening of the film. Hidden from Hollywood world, Marilyn was consumed with dark depression by 1961. She was under the constant care of a psychiatrist. She was erotic in the last months of her life, living in recluse in her Brentwood, Los Angeles home. After midnight on August 5th, 1962, Marilyn's maid went to check on her, finding her room locked and her lights still on. When Marilyn wouldn't answer her calls, the maid called Marilyn's doctor, Dr. Ralph Greenson. He broke into Marilyn's window and entered her room, finding her deceased. The world was shocked. An autopsy found her full of a fatal amount of sedatives, and her death was ruled a probable suicide. Many conspiracies circulated about her death, and still do today. Most believe she was murdered by John or Robert Kennedy, or both, with whom she was rumored to be having affairs with.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
They claim the Kennedys were afraid she would make their affair public and tell other government secrets that she had gathered. Marilyn's maid made a statement that Robert Kennedy made a visit to Marilyn on the night of her death, and they had a loud quarrel, and many said that the maid's statement was questionable. Marilyn Monroe overcame a difficult childhood to become one of the most biggest and most enduring sex symbols. During her career, she made 30 films, grossing over $200 million. Marilyn was more than a movie star or a glamorous queen or a sex goddess who dominated the 20th century. She was a global sensation in her lifetime, and her popularity extended beyond a star to an icon. Even decades after her death, she remains an inspiration to all who strive to overcome personal obstacles for the goal of reaching greatness.